Your name is strong tower, Jesus. Your name is strong tower, Jesus. We call upon your name. You make a way. Your name is strong tower, Jesus. Your name is strong tower, Jesus. To you belong all power, Jesus. Oh, some people are already in the house. That's Pat Eyaba, lovely Pat Eyaba in the house. Maggie TV is already in the house. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon for this worship and dancing. And then we'll have a very important topic to discuss today. You are very welcome. While we are waiting for the rest, let's keep on singing and praising God for a beautiful day like this. Your name is strong tower, Jesus. To you belong all power, Jesus. We call upon your name. You make a way. To you belong all power, Jesus. Your name is strong tower, Jesus. To you belong all power, Jesus. We call upon your name. You make a way. To you belong all power, Jesus. Your name is Bulldozer, Jesus. Your name is Bulldozer, Jesus. To you belong all power, Jesus. We call upon your name. You make a way. To you belong all power, Jesus. Your name is strong power, Jesus. Let me just share this out a little bit. Your name is strong tower, Jesus. Your name is strong tower, Jesus. To you belong all power, Jesus. We call upon your name. You make a way. To you belong all power, Jesus. Oh, hello, Musisi. You're welcome to the house. Thank you. Thank you. Please share me out. I think people are still busy with their Sunday things. So there's no more people in the house, but I'm sure people will come. We are not going to waste time. I'll try and be making my live streams now exactly 1 hour. So hopefully people will come to the house so that we can get on with today's business, and then we don't spend a long time, so that, because I know everybody is busy. So please share me out, and let's see if we can get more people in the house. Thank you. Right, let's see. Your name is strong tower, Jesus. To you belong all power, Jesus. We call upon your name. You make a way. To you belong all power, Jesus. Yeah, somebody just joined us. Make it tasty happy. You're very welcome to the house. Make it tasty happy. Oh, it's good evening where you are. Okay, okay. It's just after 3 p.m. here in the UK. Make it tasty happy. Where are you? Where are you based? I love to know where people are based. Yes, Musisi is welcoming you to the house. I don't know whether you've got Musisi. Make it tasty happy. Musisi is based in Uganda and he's very supportive. Um, he's one of my members. I'm one of his members. So we just have to connect far and wide. So if you've not got Musisi, it's a good one to have. Okay, you are in Germany. Okay, it's 4 p.m. there. That's right, because you're 1 hour ahead. By today, by a week, exactly a week today, we are going to be moving our clock forward. Will you move yours? Make it tasty happy. Will you be moving your clock forward next Sunday as well? Or I think you are going to, because Germany or Europe is always 1 hour ahead of us here in UK. We're going to be moving our clocks forward next week, Sunday. That means that our time and Nigerian time will be the same. Yes, our time and Nigerian time will be the same next Sunday. I think you are going to move yours forward as well, because it's always 1 hour, as far as I know. But yes, please, welcome to the house. Welcome to the house. We already moved. Oh, hello, Uju. Uju is in the house. Okay, you already moved your 1 hour ahead. Yes, that's right. Okay, ours will be exactly today. Exactly a week today. We're going to move forward. So will be the same time as Nigeria, which I love. I'm looking forward to that, because I don't have to be thinking, oh, do I call them at this time, and so on and so forth. So it's going to be the same time. You're very, very welcome to the house, Uju. Always being here to support, and really appreciate. Like Creative, you're welcome to the house. Thank you. As we do it, we are just praising and worshiping God. There's something very, very that just came up, and that's why I titled today's live stream to talk about relationships. A lot been going on. Obviously, we all know, even on social media, a lot have been going on. So we're going to touch on relationship today. Obviously, we cannot talk enough about relationship. We can just keep talking it in other channels. People are talking about relationship. We're going to also talk about it today, because we can never talk enough about it. A lots going on, and it's not happy. It's not good. It's not pleasant at all. Your athletics, Vic, you're very welcome to the house. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for coming. Yeah, your name is Strong Tower, Jesus. To you belong all power, Jesus. We call upon your name. You make a way. To you belong all power, Jesus. Your name is Bulldozer, Jesus. Please share me out. Give me a thumbs up. Remember, you know the deal. Please do that so others can come to the house. We're not going to waste time today. We're hopefully going to spend an hour, and then we can get on with our business, because I know we are all busy. Your name is Bulldozer, Jesus. Your name. Thank you, Uju, for sharing. Others, please do the same for me. I'm sure Musisi already shared me out. Thank you so much. Thank you. Your name is Bulldozer, Jesus. Your name is Bulldozer, Jesus. To you belong all power, Jesus. We call upon your name. You make a way. To you belong all power, Jesus. Yes, my Lord is able. He's able. I know he's able. I know my Lord is able to carry me through. Oh yes, my Lord is able. He's able. I know he's able. I know my God is able to carry me through. For he has healed the brokenhearted. He set the captives free. He healed the sick, raised the dead, and walk upon the sea. My God is able. I know your own God is able. The same God that we all serve, he's able. And if you know that he's able, sing with me if you know this song. Because our God is able. Yes, he's able. Let's go. Yes, our God is able. He's able. I know he's able. I know our God is able to carry us through. Oh yes, our God is able. He's able. We know He's able. We know our God is able to carry us through. For He has healed the brokenhearted. He said, He healed. I've lost my track. For He has healed the brokenhearted. He set the captives free. He healed the sick, raised the dead, and walk upon the sea. Our God is able. He's able. I know He's able. I know our God is able to carry us through. One more time. Anna Abayo official, you're welcome to the house. My dear Pat Iyaba, you're welcome to the house. Pat was actually first in the house, but she didn't see me. I think she logged out and came back in. That's what you call support and commitment. I thank you so much for that, Pat. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Anna Abayo official. Let's take this one, this song again, because our God is able. Yeah? Yes, our God is able. He's able. I know He's able. I know our God is able to carry us through. For He has healed the brokenhearted. He set the captives free. He healed the sick, raised the dead, and walk upon the sea. Our God is able. He's able. I know He's able. I know our God is able to carry us through. Yes, thank you, Anna, by official, for sharing me out. Right, Anna, while you're here, let me tell you, because when I chat on when I come to you, oh, Anna does early morning worship most mornings, and I join as much as I can. And each time I join, she tried to say my name. I don't know, Anna, I don't know where you're from in Nigeria, but I don't, if you know, CHI is said Chi. So my name is Ifechi. She always struggles to call Ifechi. She will say Ife-E, Ife-A, something like that. So Chi, CHI is called Chi. So I thought when I'm on live stream today, Anna, I will tell you how to say my name. It's Ifechi, as simple as that. It's a combination of two names. That's why if you look at my what do you call it? Display picture for my YouTube now, it's got the picture of myself and my husband, because I said to myself, how is it still showing my name? It should show my name and my husband's name, you know. It's still showing my name. I changed it yesterday, and on my phone it's showing two of us. I don't know why I don't know whether it's still showing my name only or two of us. Anyway, if it's not showing two of us, I'm going to change it again. But I put our two pictures because Ifechi is a combination of two names. I've said it here before, but for benefit of people who are new, Ifechi, a combination of two names. My full name is Ifeyinwa, although I've always been known as Ife. I remember when I was younger, each time my mom calls me Ifeyinwa, then I'm in big trouble. So I've always been known as Ife, but it's Ifeyinwa, and my husband's name is Chidi. So Ife and then Chi, Ifechi. So it's two of our names joined. That's why we call it Ifechi family. Although we don't see my husband all the time, but when necessary, when we have to do serious marriage stuff, he will come along. Yes, so I thought I will explain that to Anna, so she knows how to call my name now. Anna, when I join your live stream, maybe tomorrow morning or so, I'll let you call my name, Ifechi. Mandy Freeze, you're welcome to the house. Oh, look at Chikwado. Chikwado's space. Where have you been hiding? In fact, I was going to send you or call you on WhatsApp yesterday. There's something I wanted us to chat about, but you know how the day goes. It just went over me. So I'm glad to see you in the house today, Chikwado. And yes, Musisi, I'm sure you'll be surprised to see our Chikwado, our Musisi clan. We haven't been meeting up in Musisi clans anymore, but yeah, Chikwado, it's nice to see you here. Mandy Freeze, I'm so happy to see you. Thank you to everybody in the house. As I was saying earlier on, there's serious stuff I want us to talk about today. So I'm standing up to sing and dance. After standing up to sing and dance, I'm going to sit down when it comes to talking about this stuff, because it's not something I want to stand up to talk about, because it's something we all need to. And it's something that's already going on, but that's where I want to come from from this angle of relationship and all the nonsense. I call it nonsense going on, because why it's nonsense is because if we can all do our own bit, then some of these things will be minimized. Maybe not completely gone, but very, very minimized. But when we come to that, I'll tell you what I mean. But for now, thank you, all of you, for coming. Obapa gift is vlog. Thank you for coming. You're very, very welcome to the house. I'll just sing one or two more songs and dance, and then hopefully there'll be more people in the house so that we can get on with what we've got to do today. I don't want to waste time. Time is precious. We all have various things we do, but we still make our time to come out here to support each other. So I do not take it for granted. So I'm going to make sure that this live stream does not last too long. I thought Ifechi was your full name. Oh, no, would you know? Ifechi is a combination. That's why I say Ifechi family. That's why I have to change my DP. So I don't have only my picture there. I have my picture of myself and my husband in my DP. I changed it yesterday. I don't know whether it's showing. Yes, no, it's not my name. It's a combination of two names. My full name is Ifeyinwa. Most people think it's Ifeoma, but it's not. It's Ifeyinwa. And Ifeyinwa, for those who don't understand Igbo, like Musisi, those who don't understand Igbo and any other person in the house, Ifeyinwa means child is precious. And I'll tell you a little bit how my name came about. For those of you who don't know, I'm from a family of 7, and 6 of us were girls, and I'm girl number 5. So when my mom was having us, and look at me now with boys, and my mom had 6 girls and 1 son, and the son was the second in the family. And obviously with more children, they want to have more male. You know what it's like in Africa. So I'm girl number 5. So my sister before me, her English name is Edith, the one that normally comes in here. Her English name is Edith, but her Igbo name is Nchekwube. Nchekwube means there is hope. There is hope. Hope for what? Hope for what? Hope for another son, because we have only 1 son, Ben. So Nchekwube, and so there is hope. But when they had me, had another child, that's me, and they named me Ifeyinwa, means child is precious. It doesn't matter whether a boy or a girl, child is precious. That's what Ifeyinwa means. That's what my full name means. Yes, so just to make you understand where my name came from, Igbo people or African people with a male. And look at me crying for girl. That's how the world is, but we thank God for everything. So yes, it's not my full name. My full name is Ifeyinwa, but Ife and then Chidi. My husband's name is Chidi. So both names combined. Yes. So I've got that off the way. Thank you all. African mentality. Yes, Chikwado, exactly. African mentality is crazy. Oh, I've missed somebody in the house. Hang out with Chika. You're very welcome to the house. And cost rep, I've been saying that I have so many daughters on YouTube, and I'm beginning to have more sons. Even though I have a house full of sons, I'm getting more from YouTube as well. In fact, I have an acquired son since I did my 50th birthday. Many years, well, not many years ago, but many years ago, when I did my 50th birthday, I acquired a son, and since then, that son has remained with me. He actually visited last weekend to help me to do things in the house. He became member of my family after covering my 50th birthday party 11 years ago. And so I've got so many children all over the world, and I'm so happy to have you all in my life. You all make me feel and look young, and I appreciate that so much. So my own biological sons, and then so many sons and daughters everywhere. So I thank God for that. Course rep have shared me. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of you. I know quite a number of you already shared me out. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. And I was saying that we have something to talk about this afternoon. I don't want this live stream to be too long, but now that we have, Be Yourself. Yes, Be Yourself Dynasty. You are very welcome. And my sister, Ask Auntie Mabel, is in the house. Course reps, I've already welcomed you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I'm standing to sing and dance a little bit more, and then I'm going to sit down, as I say, to talk about what I've got to talk about, relationship, because there's something is really, really not good, but we need to be doing more, and we need to be hearing about these things more. And I've got one of my Filipino friends, Belly D Explorer, in the house. You're very welcome. I have quite a number of Filipinos as friends on this YouTube. You're very welcome, Belly D. And and Jackie's Fashion, you're welcome to the house. Wow. Thank you, all of you, for coming. We need to sing a little bit more, then we can get into the business of today. You know, on Sundays when I do my live stream, if I don't sing and dance, it's not a normal day for me. So you're all welcome to the house. I really appreciate you all coming. May God bless you all. Right. What are we going to sing now? Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I want to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way, from the earth to the cross. My my God. sorry, let me just drink. I've been talking before now, and I'll have to take that again. Sorry about that. That's better. So, Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I want to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way, from earth to the cross. My debt you paid, from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I lift your name on high. Don't mind my voice. I don't have that very good voice, but I just love singing. I can't help it. Let's sing one more, and then we can go into what I want to say today. What the Lord has done for me, I cannot tell it all. Oh, Spicy Lady M, you're welcome to the house. I hope I haven't missed anyone. Thanks for singing. Yeah, my dear, just sing. I haven't got that lovely voice like Ujono. Have you ever heard Ujono with singing? If you have not, go to her channel and listen to her. Listen to her voice. I haven't got that kind of voice, but you know, we move because we are singing unto the Lord, aren't we? Yes. What the Lord has done for me, I cannot tell it all. What the Lord has done for me, I cannot tell it all. What the Lord has done for me, I cannot tell it all. He saved me and washed me in his blood. So I can sing hallelujah. I can dance hallelujah. I can sing praise the Lord. So I can sing hallelujah. I can dance hallelujah. I can sing praise the Lord. I'm sure he has done something for you and that you're singing with me. Sincerely M. I think I saw you. Yes. No, it's not Sincerely M. It's Spicy Lady M. Sorry. Yeah. Welcome to the house. Rosie Kesh, welcome to the house. I hope I've not missed anybody. Destiny can never change. I love that name. Destiny can never change. Absolutely. I thank you. Thank you for being in the house. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I really appreciate you all. We are going to just the last song I'm going to sing, and then we can get on with what I want to say today. Majesty, worship His Majesty. Unto Jesus be glorious. Help me out, would you? Unto Jesus be glory, honor, and praise. Majesty, kingdom, authority. His anthem raise, so exalt, come glorified, Christ Jesus the King. Now let me look for this, and let me sing it properly. I want to sing this song properly. Now let's go. Majesty, worship His Majesty. Unto Jesus be glory, honor, and praise. Majesty, kingdom, authority, flow from His throne, yes, unto His own, His anthem raise. So exalt, lift up on high the name of Jesus. Magnify, come glorify, Christ Jesus the King. Majesty, worship His Majesty. Jesus who died, now glorified, King of all kings. Hallelujah. Thank you everyone. I think we'll stop it there, and I'm going to sit down now. Let me get this laptop a little bit lower. I hope you can still see me. All right. Today, I want us to talk about relationship. Please give me a thumbs up if you can see me, because I just changed my I just changed my location. That is the height of where I'm, because I was standing before, and I've got the laptop down now. Hope you can still see me. Okay. Wow, somebody just send me a super chat. Thank you so much, Belly D Explorer. I really appreciate. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Ju is thanking you on my behalf. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, that's Hannah talking to Uju. Okay, that's fine. Nice one. Okay, thank you so much, Belly D. All right. What I want us to talk about today is a relationship. I know that I've talked about relationship in my sit down video, but something came up, and from what came up, what I picked up that is causing problem in most relationships is attitude. Just this one simple word, attitude. Let me drop a link, because I always forget. Uju is the one that normally reminds me to drop a link. I'll drop a link, so if at any time, because I'll actually want this live stream to be, I know I'm not going to waste time, but at the same time, if anybody has anything to say about what I'm saying, please jump on that link. Even if it's for 5 minutes, I will appreciate it. Jenny Onyinye, you're welcome to the house. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you, for coming. I really appreciate you. I think my thing is moving. Sorry. Yeah, because I changed location, so it's a little bit, yeah. So let me just have a quick drink. Attitude is a big issue in the problems we have in relationship. Attitude. You know, so attitude, what you bring into a relationship, the attitude you bring into a relationship will either make it to work or not to work. Anna, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that super chat. God bless you all and replenish. The attitude we bring into relationship can make it or maim it. Two people coming into relationship are so different. We have our different backgrounds. We have our different ways of thinking before we started forming a relationship, which most of the time now leads to marriage. Unfortunately, during that relationship, where most people court and they talk and they go out and they do things, some of them court for years. But as soon as they say, I do, and start living together as husband and wife, that's when problem starts. And the question is why? YouTube, your taste, lifestyle, you're welcome to the house. Right, let me get on with this. If anybody comes before I finish, because I want to go with the flow. So if anybody comes while I'm talking, please, Uju and Musisi, you're very good. Welcome them on my behalf. And welcome them on my behalf, and I'll catch up with them later. Let me just go with it. I don't want this to be too long, because what I picked up was attitude. This word attitude speaks volume. So we have to we decide in a relationship where it is going. If we want it to have a good result, we have to try to be good. If we want it to have a fair result, well, we try to be fair. If we want it to have a bad or poor result, then we have to be bad or behave in a way that we don't care. As I said before, we don't know each other before we start the relationship. We maybe start talking and then forming a relationship and then decide to get married. Different from myself. As most of you who know me very well know, I've been married for so many years, but did not court or did not know my husband before. It was the same day, but the difference is that I knew the family. My parents-in-law, I knew them very well because myself and my sister-in-law, who are friends, I've been visiting, so I know them very well, but I've never met my husband until the day. First I met him was the day he proposed, and that's how we got married. But although we did not know each other, although we did not court, but along the way, we had that attitude. We decided that we have this attitude to face this relationship, which we know right away that is leading to marriage. There was nothing like boyfriend or girlfriend. We did not have that. Well, if you call it luxury, we did not have it. But 30-something years on, we're still strong and smiling by the grace of God. Have we had challenges? Of course. But what has helped us is not love. Because as I said before, love is not the foundation. For example, for me, I did not have any boyfriend before I met my husband. I was just 20 years old, going to 21. My mom passed when I was 17. So anybody would have said, well, if I started messing up myself, they say, well, what do you expect? Her mother died at an early age. But I did not. Because what my mother would have instilled in me, she did by that age of 17 before she passed. So I held on to that until I got met my husband. So the attitude, please, let's have this at the back of our mind. The attitude that we bring to any relationship will either make it work or not to work. So both of us, my husband is 7 years older, so he brought in his own attitude into it as an older person. I wouldn't even say I have much attitude to bring in, to be quite honest, because I was so young and naive, never met any man before, really. So, but because of the family background and what my mom told me, even for that young age before she passed, I held on to it. And then God, I put God first because that's how I was brought up. Attitude and the relationship. Let me use a sowing. You know how you go to your garden and sow something? You put a seed in there. If you put that seed in there and just go for a week or two, you come back, there won't be nothing. It will just be rotten. You have to water it. You have to nurture it for it to germinate. That's exactly what relationship is about. You have to, you just put it there and leave it there. Let it sort itself out. It will die. But we worked on in a relationship by nurturing it, by watering it, by allowing each other to make mistakes. This idea of, oh, I'm the head of the home, or why did you do this? Oh, you shouldn't have done that. I'm the one to take control, in charge here, and all that did not happen. Because, yes, I'm 110% in support of a man being the head of the house, because that's what the Bible says. But as I say, my husband is 7 years older, but there are things, the way he reasons things and the way I'll reason some things sometimes, it won't even click, because God gave us that wisdom as women. So let us take our places in the home. But the attitude, and unfortunately, these days, because of where we find ourselves, both parts, I'm going to talk about the man and the woman here. Women think that because we are now in diaspora, we can do what we like. If he talks rubbish, I'll get the police to him or whatever. Men forgot that we are now in diaspora. It's no more a case of you coming, both of you coming back from work and your leg up on the stool for the woman to rush around and do everything herself. It has to be joint effort. I was in a live stream the other day. It was a Princess with Passions live stream, and she wanted me to have an input on something because I told her about my background, having an only brother with two girls, and how obviously African culture, how our brother did not do much housework in the house, because obviously all of us girls, 6 of us, even if he tried to come to the kitchen or to help, we would think that he's mad. Correct me if I'm wrong. We will think that he's mad. What are you doing here? Because he's not supposed to be there. But things have changed. Things have changed a lot, especially whether in Nigeria or in diaspora. Men, we need to do better. And women, we need to watch our mouth. The attitude. Remember what I'm talking about here? Attitude. It all boils down to what I'm saying. What attitude are we bringing in? How are we responding? How are we asking our husbands to help us? Because it may not come naturally to them. Some men, it will come natural to them, but some of them, it will not. But the voice is not a case of telling him off. Thank you so much, Kiki, for sharing. Thank you, everyone. I said I wouldn't be welcoming anybody, so don't feel offended if I don't welcome you right away. Nati, I can see you. I just want to finish this before, and I asked Musisi and Uju are welcoming people for me. So, the attitude, that's what we have to hold on to. If we have, as I said about seed, if you sow it and you don't nurture it, it will die off. That's exactly how relationship and marriage works. You have to nurture it. You have to have the right attitude. You have to find the right words to use, both parties, husband or wife. If you want to correct each other in love. You know, the nurturing of the plant is very, very important. And pruning, you know, we have a peach tree at the back of our garden. Last summer, it did not yield much fruit. And two summers ago, it didn't yield much fruit. And we are wondering why, because the year before it did. Then our first son said to us, you know, we need to maybe prune it, cut some bits off and see what happens next time. Do you know that pruning of that peach tree made it to yield more fruit the following summer? That's exactly what I'm talking about in marriage here. You have to prune it. You have to, put some water in it to yield more, to nurture it. You don't just say, oh, I'm married. Oh, it's okay. So relationship, there's a lot of issues going on in relationship. When I talk about relationship, I'm talking about marriage as well, because most relationship will lead to marriage. Attitude. What attitude are we bringing in? I've spoken to younger people in marriage, and I've because sometimes they are so wild to see that, oh, you're 38 years in marriage and you're still happy. And that's why I have this little series I'm doing on my channel, Happiness. I'm doing that series doesn't mean that I'm always smiling and always happy, but we have to make ourselves happy. Or so when they ask me, I tell them the whole truth. I don't massage anything. I don't tell them what I did not experience or what I'm not doing. I tell them as it is. But unfortunately, all men are not the same, and all women are not the same. Let's tell each other the truth. There are some things some men will just overlook. There are some things some men will not overlook. So when you get married or you're in a relationship, try and have the right attitude. Try and understand who you are having a relationship with. What do they like? How do they like to be spoken to? And so on and so forth. It will help a lot. If eventually it leads to marriage, it will be easier for you to handle, because we are two people coming from different backgrounds, giving different type of training. So it's not something that you just jump into and go to the altar and say, I do, thinking that once you say I do, everything is okay. It's not. You have to keep, even 38 years after, we're still working on ourselves. The only difference being that we already know what each other don't like or likes. We can finish each other's sentence now. That's the difference. Thank you, Chikwado. So please, because when people come to me to ask these questions and they'll give me their own scenario, I'll just laugh. Why am I laughing? Because when I was your age, when I was that young, I was thinking like that. But what helped me was going to people who are older. Please, those of you young in marriage, I'm not saying don't speak to your friends who is 25 and you're 25. I'm not saying don't speak to them, but speak to people who are older and wiser. It's not everybody that is 38 years in marriage or 30 or 40 years in marriage that you have to look at. You have to, from the background, watch what is going on. How did they actually operate inside and outside? It's not saying one thing now to you, and when you there was this story of somebody visited somebody, left their keys, forgot their keys when they were sitting down in their sofa, came back 5 minutes after when they realized, knocked on the door, and as he was knocking on the door, he could hear this mighty noise and fighting going on. These were couples that he just left 5-10 minutes ago, who were sitting with each other. One put the other leg on top of the other one. The other one was doing that to the other one in front of the person that visited. Public show. So that's why I say to people, when your husband don't always say to you, I love you, or they don't hold your hand when they go out there, don't worry. Provided they're showing you the true love at home. This public show is not the best. So don't go and start attacking your spouse. Hey, look at Chioma. If there's any Chioma here, don't think the Chioma just came out of my mouth. Look at Chioma's husband. Didn't you see how he was holding her when or I was sitting on her laps when they visited us? Excuse me. I've seen enough. I've seen a lot in this marriage with people pretending to be who they're not. And that is dangerous. That's why Uju said so true. Thank you, Uju. Uju is also about 20-something years of marriage, so she understands where I'm coming from. And I'm sure her husband might be in a bit of the same category as our, little, I'm older than Uju with few years, but I think she will know what I'm talking about. Men those days are not into all this baby. This your baby. Let's leave the baby for one side now. They're not like that. But it doesn't mean that they don't love us. What they do, action. Let me give you a little example. On Sundays, most Sundays, if not every Sunday, once we finish our home service, because, again, that's a story for another day. Would you understand? Thank you. We have home service. We've been doing home service for even before, before COVID started, lockdown started. We've been doing home service. We have our offering basket. We do everything that you literally do in the church. We do that at home. We have our offering basket, and we use that offering to bless the church or the pastors or whoever. we want to use it to bless, just like it's a personal thing that we decide to be doing. So as soon as we finish, like the days I do my live stream, which is every other Sunday, my husband knows that once we finish, he's doing this, and both of us are right in the kitchen. Today, let me share with you what we have for our Sunday dinner. Here they call it dinner. They call lunch dinner in UK. I don't understand it, but yeah. We had pork chops. Yes, we have pork chops with he was making the pork chops. I was cutting the sweet potatoes. And after cutting the sweet potato, he was doing the vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, all the rest of it, all those cruciferous vegetables. We love them. He was doing that. We're both in the kitchen, talking about what we just discussed in our service, the songs we sang. And we made that meal together. We had it, and I came upstairs here to do this live stream. Now, I'm not saying you to go there and start telling your husband, well, you should be in the kitchen with me. Some ladies don't even mind. They don't even want their husbands in the kitchen. That's fine. Whatever works for you. Please, it's not one size fits all in marriage, in relationship. Whatever works for you. Never look at anybody. When I counsel people, I say to them, what I'm telling you is what has been working for me. It may not necessarily work for you. Let's tell each other the truth. Because we are all different. Men are all different. Women, we are all different. Let's tell each other the truth and don't massage anything. If you want to correct your spouse, either way, please correct them at home. If what they're wearing for you before you go out, because this is coming up a lot, attitude, correct them at home. Tell them that I don't really like what you are putting on. I do that to my husband all the time. He knows. And once I say that I don't like what you're putting on, go and change mine, because I call him mine. We call each other. Please go and change this. I don't like. Look at that. It didn't match this and that. Yeah, he will look at me. And he knows that if he doesn't change, that VC, we're not going to go. So he quickly just do that, because he knows it's for his own good that I'm looking at him and want him to be presentable. So he takes it in good faith. But it's the attitude, the way I would say it to him. I say, You say, why? I say, because look at that top and that trouser. It just didn't add up. It didn't match. And I may even go with him to his wardrobe to choose one, and he will put it on. And then we'll go. And when I'm out there, I'll be happy and he'll be happy. Yes, every marriage is unique and different. So not one size fits all. Don't listen to what I'm saying today and say, I want to apply it. I've given a scenario before of a couple that visited us when we are still in Scotland, in Edinburgh. They visited us. Obviously, the husband is not the type that don't help in the kitchen. She's not happy about it, but she has never really told him. He has never really seen the need to help her out. They also had 4 children. So when they visited with a friend to our house, I've already made the soup that we're going to entertain them with. My husband was in the kitchen helping me to make the swallow. We call it swallow, He was helping me to do that while I was trying to get the drinks organized. The lady came passing by to the toilet and saw my husband doing that. She flared up. She went straight to the living room where her husband was sitting with the visitor they came with, and ordered him to come to the kitchen and see his fellow man. Come and see. That was just the voice. Come and see your fellow man. I'm the only one. Oh my goodness. I was embarrassed. My husband was embarrassed. Attitude. That's not the right way. That's not the way to go. That left that man so embarrassed in front of the friend they came with, and in front of myself and my husband. And that left my husband uncomfortable in the kitchen where he was helping me. Because that's something he's done naturally. He wasn't doing it to please anyone. He was sitting with them in the living room, where when he came to the time to help me, he said to them, excuse me. He went to the kitchen to gingerly help me, and this lady passing by saw him and flared up. Attitude. That wasn't the right way. What she would have done, maybe she would just keep quiet. When they get home, she will now say to the husband, that time we went to Ife's house, I actually saw her husband helping her in the kitchen, and it was so nice of him to be helping. It would be nice if you can do this for me sometimes, in a laughing and joking way. Do you know what? That man, if he really loves you and cares for you, he'll say, oh, okay, but you never told me before. But the way she came out and shouted at him in front of everyone, Do you think it will make the man to change? No, it will harden his heart. Attitude. Please, our topic today on relationship is attitude. It covers everything. How we handle things, how we say it, how we where we say it, and how we say it. It makes a lot of, no matter how bad that woman is, no matter how bad that man is, attitude. The way we communicate. I've always said communication, 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 but communication depends on how you communicate. We have to choose the right words. We have to know when to talk and when to keep quiet. Because sometimes keeping quiet does a lot of trick, honestly. When you keep quiet, when the other spouse thinks they're going to flare up, you keep quiet. Wow, they'll be like, what's happened to him or her today? Try it and see. Keep quiet sometimes. Attitude. A lot's going on social media at the moment. You know, I don't normally, before I came to YouTube, I'm not a social media type of person. That's why I'm on Instagram, but just about sending messages to some of you, my lovely ones, when I can, I want to. I'm not on Facebook for now. Well, I have Facebook account, but I'm not very active on Facebook because all this social media, sometimes it takes me out of breath, what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. So what I'm talking about now leads me to this lady. I don't even know how to say her name. Is it Obid? Oh God, Cora. Is it called Cora? There's been a lot of reaction things in the video about, and I went, just like Uju was saying, she went and saw. All I could see was this young girl crying. She just had her baby. She can develop postpartum problems. Postpartum depression is there. Postnatal, sorry, not postpartum. Yeah, postnatal depression or yeah, postpartum, whatever. Yeah, Cora. That was the first time I've ever heard of this person with all the going on. When I put on where she was trying to explain herself, that tears only. You see, I'm very empathetic type of person. I show empathy a lot. Sometimes I cry when news about children, about somebody not treating somebody properly. My children, I remember those days, they will say, oh, don't tell mom, because she will now start crying more than the person affected. Because that's me. I hate when people are mistreated or maltreated, especially children. So when this woman was crying and said, please don't judge me, or I can't, in fact, I couldn't watch that video to the end, her crying touched my heart. I don't know the story. I don't want to know the story either. All I saw was a very fragile young woman who was supposedly been happily married, just having a toddler and a baby, and it all went pear-shaped, as the English people will say. It totally went pear-shaped. And why do people think that social media is the answer? Yes, I was saying to my husband, we were just talking about things last night, and I said to him, why do people think that they have to bring this sort of thing to social media? Is it to make it better or to make it worse? I said, when they actually agreed to get married, when they are in this relationship, did they actually come to social media? He said, well, yeah, they came in front of everybody in the church and say, I do. So they have to come in front of everybody and say, I don't. He was just joking, but we just laughed about it. But it's not really funny that this type of thing will be happening. And what I have understood or noticed on social media as well is when things are going so well, you don't hear much in social media. It's as if people are waiting for bad things to happen. Why? If anybody knows the reason, please put on the chat. I would like to know. Why is it that only when bad things are happening that people, it's just like in normal news. That's why I stopped listening to news for a while. Because it's only the bad news. Oh, this thing happened there. That one happened there. How about the good ones that happened? We don't hear them. Why? So, relationships are being broken down because of social media. And I'm not blaming people who are because people will just come and some people are reactors. You know, on this YouTube, some people, what they do in their channels is a reaction video. I don't have anything against reaction video, but let us be measured. Let us not take things out of context. I listened to one the other day. Somebody was talking about, and they actually mentioned the YouTuber's, well, it's a biggish YouTuber's name and her husband's name, that her husband is cheating or something like that. Now, come on. You weren't there. You weren't showing the touch for them or watching them 24/7 to know whether it's true or not. But some people will just say some things on YouTube and people will take it out of context and start making reactions and start talking about it. And that can actually put pressure in relationships, in marriages. Please let us do better. A lot is going on in marriages and in relationships. People are getting mentally deranged because of how people are getting into their business. Sometimes people say, well, they brought their business into social media. Yes, they did. But please, can we? It's a social media. She is a social media person. Okay, yeah. That's why he came onto social media. But I'm just saying, people making these reactions, maybe things are already going wrong. She begged, she asked for people not to judge her. So I'm also begging for people not to judge her or judge others who are in similar situations. She's got enough to cope with what is going on in her marriage and with her young children. Those babies, she may be a breastfeeding mom. Can you imagine breastfeeding your child and the child's always looking at you when you're breastfeeding and will see that you're not happy? They understand. So yes, they brought themselves to social media. They are social media people, but please let us be, because people cannot avoid not to do reaction video. That's their niche. That's fine, but please let us be measured and get our facts right before we start saying things, because it can be anybody at any time. He who thinks they stand, take heed lest you fall, because it can be anybody's turn or anybody can fall apart at any time. It's only God. And it's the attitude, it's how we nurture the relationship, it's how we value the relationship, it's the respect we have for each other. Respect. She was explaining to her audience what was going on. Yeah, she was explaining to them. It was so heartbreaking. I tried to watch it. I could only watch a few minutes of it. That her cry and everything. And when she talked about her children, her babies, not even children, when she talked about her babies, that was it for me. That's where I stopped. Yeah, so let us have some empathy. Yes, people, because it can be anybody. We all know, those of us who are married, those of us who are in relationship, you know how difficult it can be sometimes. And if not for God, and if not for the right attitude, we can all fall apart at any time. But yeah, people bring things to social media a lot, either for good or for bad, I don't know. But whatever works for anyone, that's fine. But I think we should be more empathetic than bashing people, because it can be anybody at any time. We have to ask ourselves, where are we getting our information from? Are we getting it from the scriptures? Are we getting it the way we are told to live our lives? Normally I like to use a Bible passage to support what I'm saying about relationship. I have a few to say. In Ephesians 4 verse 32, it says, be kind to each other, tender-hearted, just as God through Christ has forgiven you. Let us be tender. Let us be kind to each other. Words can maim or make people. Please. Ephesians 4 verse 2 says, be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Please. And verse 3 says, make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through bond of peace. When people look at you, sometimes they think, oh, you are really, always smiling. You don't look this, you're glowing, you're this and that. Sometimes it may not even be so much. It's just the way you are taking your life, the way things are working, the way you're just taking this life, the way that you have not allowed problem. Because people will say, oh, I can't have this anymore. I'm walking out of this marriage. Where are you going? Wherever you think you're going, it's not better there. Work at it. Attitude. What attitude are you bringing into your relationship? How are you making it work? What is don't try to change anybody. Don't try to change your spouse. Let me say it again. Don't try to change your spouse. For those of you who are cutting or who cutted or whatever, don't say, oh yeah, we are just cutting now. You know, when we get married, that's going to change. I'm not going to do that. No, you are a liar. If it doesn't change when you are cutting, don't even go there. You can't change anybody. If there's anything you think your spouse is not doing right, change yourself. Don't try to change him or her. Change yourself. Change your attitude to how you're responding to what that person is doing, and you can see the person turning around. Don't nag. Some men nag, some women nag. So don't say, oh, don't be a nagging wife. I've seen men who nag more than women. You see them talking all the time. I think, I thought they say it's women that talk too much. Some men do as well, but I know most of the time it's we women that talk a lot. When we are angry, when we are not happy, let us not let it out immediately. Give me 1, I'll give you 10. It does not help. Attitude. What attitude are we bringing into these marriages and relationships? People see you so many years married and smiling and still in love, and they wonder, they want to be like you. Well, it's not difficult. It's not hard, and it's also not not simple. It can be done easily if you have the right attitude, both of you, husband and wife, or wherever, in your relationship, because relationship before marriage, attitude. Just watch, just observe each other, see what they like. Respect. Respect is reciprocal. Yes, women, respect your husbands, of course, but husbands also respect your wives. When you love somebody, you respect them. You don't talk. Some people will be in the house, they get ready with their wife to go out there. When they go out there and see how other women are dressed, they will now start telling their wife there, look at other women, look at you, what you wore to this party. You left the house with her. Why didn't you say that at home? Attitude. This life, there's a lot going on in the world at the moment. Like, we don't need all this nonsense going on in relationships and in marriages. We don't need it. And remember, whatever we are doing now with our children, for those of you who have young children, I said it in one of my videos that children learn by what they see and hear. The way you behave and what you say, that's what the children learn from. You can bring the book and teach them all you know. Yes, they will learn the book, they will learn whatever, but for how they're going to live their lives, you and your husband, if you're married, they will be looking at you. Whatever you say, where you behave. I remember, let me just a little thing to say. One of our sons, I can't remember, he's the second or the third son. I remember when he was at university, he came back, and then we have this. That was years ago, when we used to have bread. We have stopped having bread a long time, for so many years now, for health reasons. That's how we want to do it. We don't have bread in this house anymore. But then we had this. When they were growing up, we always have bread, and we have this. I don't know what they call it in other parts of Europe or America, but they call it sandwich maker. And that's what I used to call, and they were brought up like, this is sandwich maker. The way you put in the sandwich, you put something, maybe egg or whatever, you cover it. It's like George Foreman type of thing. Anyway, we brought them up calling it sandwich maker, because that's what they used to call it when we were in Scotland. So he went to uni, and he was used in the kitchen, and he said sandwich maker, and they were looking at him thinking, what do you mean? He said, this. He said, no. He said, it's called a toasty. Well, so he came back from uni and said, Mom, you embarrassed me. I said, what? How? I went to my flatmates. They said that this is not called sandwich maker, that is called a toasty. You see, because that was what he learned at home. That was what we have told them. That's what it is. That's, you know. And I said to them, it can be called sandwich maker as well. And we went and researched it, and we saw sandwich maker, and we opened it up, and it was exactly the same thing. So I said to him, you see, so it depends on what anybody wants to call it. But that just a little thing to say to you, how children are brought up. They just, go with that. Maybe just simple thing, but it's something that they just hold on to because they have watched you, they've been looking at you, they've been listening to you. So those of you out there, please, with young children, go by example. Never mind what you say to them, they will hear you. but they're looking at you, they're watching you. Attitude in front of the children, very important, because they're going to replicate that when they grow up. When you see some of these men who are women beaters, go back to their history, go back to their background. Their father used to be their mother. That's what they saw, and they think it was normal. So please, we can do better. Attitude. That's what we've talked about today. Attitude in relationship is the topic, but attitude speaks volume. Okay. Yeah. And you have to know the right place. Yeah, that's another thing. The right place to look for, because we don't. Nobody has monotony of monopoly or monotony or whatever you call it of knowledge. You have to know where to find help or support if you need it. Don't go to somebody who you know that's a wife beater or husband beater. Some women beat their husbands, you know. Don't go to them for advice, but they will just tell you, I won't have it if it's me. So know where to seek help. For example, if you have a medical condition, you don't start heading to the law courts down in London, and they'll ask you, why are you going to that building? Is a law court. So why are you going there? Yeah, I'm going there because my knees, my back, I've got a serious problem with my tummy. And they said, no, what you need is a doctor. You're going there, there are lawyers there. They won't know anything about your tummy problem or whatever. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So when you have that issue, that if you have to discuss it with somebody, choose somebody that you know that you trust, somebody that is confidential, somebody that will not condemn you, somebody that will not condemn your husband, somebody that will not say to you, this is what you have been taking for this number of years. You try, you are trying, you know. You don't need that kind of person. Somebody that will not judge you. Some people will come and they say to you, I really want to tell him, mommy, tell me where I got wrong and where my husband got wrong. No, I don't do that. My husband don't do that either. That's why some people ask me, are you a counselor? Are you this? By the grace of God, I'm not a qualified counselor, but we do a lot of counseling because of just with our experience, nothing else. We never blame one person because it takes two. No matter what people present to you, you don't live with them. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. That's why you must never, if you need to settle anything or people come to you in confidence and they think you can help them because you have more experience, please don't judge. In as much as they want you to blame whoever needs to be blamed. Don't make that mistake ever. Even though in your heart of hearts, you know from what they've told you that this is actually where the problem is coming from. Advise them generally. Walk around what they've said to you. They will get it, but don't pinpoint and say, oh, the husband or the wife, you should have done that, because they will take that home and say, well, you hear what when we went there, what she said, that you are the problem. It's not helpful. It doesn't help anything. Please. All I say here is out of my experience, and as I always say, I think I'm qualified to, because sometimes when people are not even married, but because of what they've read, what they've studied, they're telling you theory. We need practical here, and I think practical lesson is what we need. And I tell you, when you do these little tweaks in your marriage, in your relationship, you begin to enjoy your marriage and your relationship so much that you wonder, what have I been doing since? Honestly, you'll be wondering, because the children whom you are using as a distraction, they will soon grow. I don't know where. I remember, I used to always remember when I look at I have albums, sometimes I just flip through and see all their baby pictures. I'm like, wow, it looks like the other day. They're gone. They'll phone you, they'll find out how you are, they'll visit, and during holidays or during birthdays and stuff like that. And they're doing their own things. They grow so quick. So those of you who still have young children, enjoy them. Show them good example. Right attitude. Don't start telling your husband or your wife off in front of the children because they're picking it. They're so clever. Especially children of nowadays, I don't know what it is. They're so clever. They pick these things up. And you don't start telling them not to do something, because especially here in diaspora, they will turn around and say to you, no, mom, no, dad, I heard you saying that exactly that thing the other day on the phone to your friend or to an auntie. And then you'll be embarrassed. Or worse, you start beating them. Why were you listening to my conversation with an auntie? Sorry. Attitude. when we do this thing. I remember when I used to work for a different company in my job as occupational health. There was this Young Offenders Institute. I go there and I weep. You see 17 to 18, 19-year-olds in this young offenders place, and you see them during the break, they come out as if it's school they're in, but they're actually in locked in. I don't want to use the word P, but locked in there because of one thing they've done or the other. And they're there when they come out to play football, they are rejoicing and laughing and running around. And I looked at them and my heart bleeds because they're just children. Yes, people might say, well, I tried my best when they were growing up, but they turned out that way. Try harder. And if they may turn out that way, then be on your knees. Pray. I'm a believer that prayer changes things. No matter if that child wants to be tougher than you, because a child can never be tougher than the parents. Be on your knees, pray, cry to God, tell God what you want. And I'm telling you, it does work. But right attitude is very, very important. Our children are wasting away in Young Offenders Institutes, especially here in diaspora. They're wasting away. They're not supposed to be there because of where we find ourselves. They think that once they get to a certain age, they can talk to you anyhow. And if you do anything, they can pick up the phone and call them and they'll come and take them away or wherever. It's not helping. So let us start from, in fact, when we have to start is when they were still sucking, when they are just babies. Start at that time. Even when they're, in fact, when you start is when they're in the womb. Hold your hand in your tummy, pray for them. Tell God what you want about these children because the society, and it's getting worse. I tell my children, now some of them are getting married, I say, your children, I'm just, what is going to be like, but I'm praying for them, their children, and their next generation, because it's getting worse. Unfortunately, it's getting worse. Social media is not helping, the government is not helping, but we parents, let us have the right attitude. Let us start on time, very early, and do what we can. Okay. Nobody wants to come up here to talk. I've dropped the link before. Nobody wants to come and join me to say, yes, what you're saying is the truth, or I don't agree with you. Nobody wants to come and do that. Yeah, I'm dropping the link again. I really want somebody to come and say something. Just, you don't have to come if you don't want to. I'm only, you don't have to come if you don't want to, but it will be helpful if somebody can come up if you have anything at all to chip in just for 2 minutes. We're going to be rounding up. We're going to be rounding up because I said that today's live stream would be 1 hour. But sometimes when you start talking about things that you are very passionate about, you tend to go on and on. I think some people came in when I was talking. Where is my phone? Yeah, but Musisi and Uju are in the house, so I'm sure that they have welcomed you all. I could see, as I was talking, I could see Earth Varieties came in. You're very welcome to the house. Esther M. Atim, you're welcome to the house. I saw Priscilla Golf. Yeah, I saw you. You're welcome to the house. Nati, you came in here. I think I've welcomed you, Nati. Nati is one of my members. I always shout Nati out in my live streams. Please, if you have not got Nati, even if you have got her, please support her. We need Nati to get to her 1K ASAP. She's got just few to go. We have got her 4K WH. We want her to get to her 1K soon. Nati is my member. Please, I'm shouting her out. Especially, I have a few of my members here as well. Josie Connor is one of them. Musisi is one of them. Yeah, I don't know whether there's others I've already missed. Yeah. So, but Nati is the one I'm shouting out basically today because I want her to get to her 1K. We can do it. You can do that for me, please. Let's get Nati to her 1K. She's about 800 and something or nearly 900. I'm not sure the last time I looked. That would be very helpful. So thank you to all of you, my members and the super chatters today. I do not take this for granted. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming today. I think I'm going to stop it here because things like this, like something I'm talking about today, is something that we need to revisit from time to time. is something, it's like a work in progress. Even myself, having been this so many years in marriage, is still work in progress. There are things sometimes you think, you could have done this better. So we cannot say, oh yeah, we are okay. We are not, after all, we've have our children. Oh, after all, we are this, and then you leave yourself go. No, this is not. This is even the time to package. This is even the time to maintain. It's yeah. I remember we went for one town meeting, and then somebody was talking about myself and my husband, and then that person said, oh, leave the Dr. Ezrim and the wife, they are just they are now enjoying themselves or something like that. Of course, when you have done your bit raising up children that are all mature adults and left the home, why can't you enjoy yourself? And unfortunately, that's when some couples start breaking up. That's when they start finding that the children were actually protecting everything before, and now everything is in the open. There's just two of them in the house and they can't stand each other. And that's when actually some marriages start breaking down, when the children are grown and gone. So unfortunate, but it does happen. It does happen. I've seen quite a few of those happening. Let that be not be our portion. Let it be getting better as we get older. Children are just gifts God has given us to hold for them. Let us not use children as an excuse not to do what we have to do for our spouses. Yeah, it's two of you first before God blessed you with children. So let us not use the children and say, oh, because I didn't do that because of the children. Yes, the children need to be looked after because they are young. They didn't ask us to bring them into the world. We have to look after them. But at the same time, we must not neglect each other, because some problems in marriage actually starts when children are grown and gone, and it's only two of them in the house. That's when problems start, and it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. So attitude. If we don't take anything away from today, talking about relationship, is the attitude. The attitude you put in is the attitude you're going to get out. If you put in good attitude, you yield good result. If you put on bad attitude, it will yield bad result. There's no two ways about it. You have to, it's like a sowing and reaping. You can't put corn and then during harvest time you expect to have pear. It doesn't work like that. So whatever you put in is what you get out. Although some people will tell you, oh, I put in a lot into this relationship. I put in a lot into this marriage. Well, it shouldn't be one-sided. If you're putting in a lot and the other party is not putting in anything, talk, communication, tell them. But people will say, well, I don't need to, it's obvious. They would have known. No, it's not obvious. They don't know. Or even if they know, tell them. Let them hear it from you. Let them hear it from you. Then they will take it more serious, hopefully. But they don't hear it from you. And maybe some people have that kind of habit. They will not tell the person. They will go and tell somebody else. I'm not talking about a marriage or anything now, but in any kind of relationship or in any kind of people, you hear things that somebody think you've done to them. They haven't come to you. They went to tell somebody else, and then you hear it from that person. That's a no-no for me. I'm a very transparent person. I'm a very straightforward person. Sometimes people don't like it, but I like it because I prefer you to tell me, and I'll tell you as well. If I'm not happy about anything, you will know. And unfortunately, some people don't do that back to me. I would like you to tell me. Constructive criticism, I welcome it. But don't say it behind me or go and tell somebody else. That one is even a no-no for me. If you can't tell me, then shut up. Don't go and tell somebody else, because that's not good. It's unbiblical to do that. Talk to people in love. Correct them in love. Don't be afraid of anybody. The only person you'll be afraid of, you can respect people. Yeah, respect people, because obviously they're older than you are or whatever. So I respect even people who are younger than me. I respect people, because respect is reciprocal. You have to respect people. You don't expect people to be respecting you all the time, and you are just so rude to people because you think you're older. No, it doesn't work like that. Even your own children, they demand some respect because they're human beings. Treat anybody that you meet as if they're the most important person in this world, and they'll treat you back the same way. and the world will be a better place for each and every one of us. It's not as simple as that. I know people will say to me, what you are saying, yes, it's all well and good, but it's not as simple as that. I know, but let us put the right attitude. Let us work on ourselves. Leave the other person first. Work on ourselves. When people give you one, instead of you giving them 10, maybe you don't give them, you give them 0. They will sit back and wonder, what happened? They didn't even react. You've made them feel like a fool. Sometimes let's try to do that. Yeah, ignore people. I do that a lot. I can ignore people. Sometimes when people are being silly, I'll pretend that I don't understand English. I'll just go, and they'll be talking, and I'm going because they'll think, and then you hear them saying, oh, maybe she doesn't even understand what you're saying, and you're here babbling, and I'll laugh inside me. I'm gone, because there's no point in responding, because if I respond in that way, I may say something that I will regret. So sometimes let's have the attitude of just not saying anything and just let it go. Okay. All I'm saying is not that easy, but with God, all things are possible. All things are possible with God. If what I'm saying now, I wasn't like this many years ago when I was like some of your ages. I wasn't like that. I got married very early in my 20s. I didn't know much about marriage or relationship or anybody. I didn't have any boyfriend. I wasn't into all that. So I wasn't like this, but I learned in the job. I learned in the job. So you get experience as you go along, provided you are open to that experience. You are open to learning. You look back eventually and say it's all worth it. All these problems in marriages, you see people, they look so drawn, they look so haggard, they look so unkept. You wonder what is going on because they're not happy. They're not happy. They go to bed, they won't sleep because of the issues they're having with whoever they're living with or having relationship with. They're not happy. It can age people. It can cause all kinds of ill health. I can conveniently, and by the grace of God, thank God to say that at my age, I don't have any underlying medical condition. Thank God, I'm not boasting about it. I'm not. Because I do, trust me when I say this, I put in a lot, myself and my husband, we put in a lot into our health. I've said it before that we did not have what most people had during this period, all this their V. We did not have it as a family. We have not tested positive ones. Is it by our own decision? No. What first is God and then us. We did a lot. We are doing a lot. We are committing a lot of money. If I tell you how much money we commit here on essential oils, you won't believe it. That's how we look after ourselves. When we do these things because we just want to keep going as long as God keeps us. But we don't want to do anything because and bring up on anything upon ourselves. No. So we are doing so much. I have a live stream coming up in worship time. Okay, Uju, thank you so much. You've been here from the beginning. I'm supposed to have stopped. It's going to be 1.5 hours in 5 minutes. I'm going to stop in 5 minutes, but I'm just using this to round up. Please, let us look after ourselves. Don't wait till when you are older. But Uju, I appreciate you so much. So if you are not here the next few minutes, I appreciate you so much. You have been here from the beginning, and you have really been so supportive. I thank you so much. Josie Connor, I see you. Thank you so much for coming. If there's anybody here who I did not mention their name because I was talking when they came in, please, I did not ignore you. I'll go back to the chat later and I'll make sure that I acknowledge you by coming to your channel or whatever. But I appreciate you all. Please, let us do better. This life is too short. There's no need in, just look after yourself. Do what you can. Commit whatever it needs to be committed to your health, because health is wealth. Once I say to my people in Nigeria, I say, I'd rather that you ask for anything for me to support you, to make sure that you eat well, you feed well. Because once it comes to going into those hospitals, I get worried because So the most important thing is to try and do what you can. Detox yourself, do what you can to keep healthy. Sometimes people will talk about headaches in my job. When I have my clients, they say, oh, I've had this mighty headache and it's been going on for the past 7 days. And I'm like, in my head, I don't tell them because they'll be thinking, is this person a normal human being? I say to them, in my head, I'm like, and I'm saying it to you now, and I'm not lying. I don't know what having headache means. People tell me that they have headache. I'm like, what does it feel like to have headache? And so I can't remember. Maybe I've had headache, I don't know, but I cannot really say to you, this is the day I had headache, or I've had paracetamol for headache. I don't know. Maybe I've had headaches, maybe, but all I know is that it hasn't required me taking any medication, or for me to sit down and say, oh God, I'm hold my head in my hand that I'm having headache. I can't remember. But again, this is not something I'm bragging about, or it's something I'm just saying that we need to do what we can. There are people with so many underlying medical conditions, not for out of their own, not that they're doing not what they should do, but it's just how it has come upon them. So let us just do what we can to look after ourselves, look after our relationships, our marriages, look after our children, because these children, they are facing a lot of challenges. When we brought up our own children, we thought we had challenge, because we, obviously coming from Nigeria straight into UK with having these children, our Nigerian mentality was still in our head when we were raising them up, and we thought that things were bad then. Now, some of the things I hear and see happening in schools with 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, I say, God have mercy. So things have changed a lot. So if you don't teach them at home, they'll get it out there. So it's better for you to catch them at home, teach them at home, show them the way, and then follow it up with prayers. Because they go out there, people will laugh at them and say, ha, 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 no, this is not how we do it here. And they want to follow. They want to follow. But always tell them that they are different. Tell them that, yes, those people are your friend, but you are different. You are not the same. Let them have that in their head. I remember our children those days, they always say, you say we are different. Why is that? I say, yeah, because you are different, even in the color and everything. You are different from them, and you are different in every other way. So let them know that they're actually different, and that what they have to do is what you are teaching them at home. And I want to believe that you're teaching them the right things at home. Yeah. And leading by example, not just teaching them and not showing them example, because they go by what they see and what they hear. Okay. It's now 3 minutes to 4:30 UK time. I'm going to stop you here. Those who are only coming in, 4 hearts and 1 bit. 4 hearts, 1 bit. If you know how I love this, your channel name. Thank you so much for coming. I think you're just coming in now. You can do a replay. It's only 1.5 hours. We started by singing and all the rest of it. And then he just talked about relationship. But the key thing that we talked about today in relationship is attitude. The attitude we bring into it is very, very important. It can make or maim our relationship and our marriages. And we don't want that. We want our children to be happy and have stability in their lives as they grow up to become men and women in their own homes as well, so that we all will have rest of mind. Because if you are not happy in marriage, you won't have rest of mind. And who doesn't want to have rest of mind? We have to have rest of mind, and we have to work at it. Rest of mind doesn't just come. Problem doesn't just start on its own. Somebody starts a problem, or people start problems. So we have to watch our attitudes. That's what we talked about today. Attitude. Very important. How we speak to each other, what we relate, how we say things to each other. Those of us on YouTube, if your husbands or wives don't want to show themselves on YouTube, please don't make them. Like, I have grown-up children, they don't want to be shown, and that's fine. My husband wants to only come once in a while. Like last December, when we had a marriage anniversary, he was there. He did a big lecture. I'm sure those are some of you saw that. So any other time that I have the need for him to come, I would ask him and he will come. But some people don't want to come. Don't bother them. Don't say, oh, that so and so husband or wife comes all the time. Why can't you? No. Don't do that. Let them do it willingly. And if they think that you're doing too much, you are spending too much time on YouTube or on gadgets, listen to them, because the children needs to be looked after. Fortunately, or for me, I came into YouTube as an older as an old woman. That's what I did in my intro yesterday. You want to chill with me? You want to chill with that old girl? What did I say? You want to chill with the old girls? You want to chill with the old girls? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I came to YouTube as an older person. But for you, those of you who have young children, please don't. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So just do at your own pace. And before you know it, these children will grow up. You have more time to put into YouTube and other things you have to do. YouTube is not going anywhere. Don't say, oh, I've been here for 2 years now. I still haven't even got up to 2,000, whatever. Don't worry. It will come. Priority is your family. Priority is your children. Priority is your spouse. You don't want anything to break down because of YouTube, because of all the cents that YouTube accumulates that you don't even know from time to time where you're going to get the next change from them. It's not worth it. It's not worth killing yourself, not worth damaging your family. Please look after number one. And number one is yourself and your family. Thank you so much. It's now 4:30. I really appreciate all of you being here. Some of you have been with me from the beginning, like Musisi. Musisi is always a good supporter. Please, Musisi is from Uganda. If you don't have Musisi, please connect with him. If you don't have each other here, please connect. And as I said before, please connect with Nati Slim. We need to get her. What did Nati say? You want to chill with the old girl? Yes, you want to chill with the old girl? Come on, come and chill with me. Yeah, come and chill with me. Yeah, I'm an old girl, but I'm young at heart. You know what I mean? Yeah, because you all make me look like that, and I love it. I love it. But yeah. 4 hours is laughing. Yeah, yeah. So that's one of the things I enjoy being on YouTube. I tell you, I've met people from. For one of them the other day said that she just celebrated her 20, is it 24, 25 years. My youngest son is over 25, so you can imagine. And I had him 5 years after I had my third son. Gave 5 years gap, not 5 years gap. Thought we have finished basically. And then 5 years after he came along, but he's over 25. So you can imagine when some of you say that you're 25 years old, I laugh because you're all younger than my last son, but it doesn't remove the fact that I love you all and I love mingling with you, and you love chilling with the old girl, and I love it as well. I love all of you back. Yeah. So I thank my God each time I remember you. And I just love being on YouTube because of people like you. I love you all. And I'm going to stop here. 2 weeks today, we are going to be here. I do every other Sunday to give me that time. Every other Sunday, like next Sunday now, we have planned what we're going to do, myself and my husband. And then the other Sunday, he knows I'll be on live stream for an hour or maximum 2 hours. So he knows that. And then, yeah, so that's how we roll. Thank you so much once again. I'm going to stop it here. And in 2 weeks' time, we'll find what is trending, what is going on. But all my live stream will be around relationship, marriage, bringing children up, or health. These are my areas of interest. But in my next video, I started talking to you about my profession yesterday. My upload yesterday was about my profession, just an introduction, because a lot of people have been asking, what do I do? Because some of them think I'm a counselor. Some of them think I'm in the medical field. Some of them, in fact, one of them asked whether I was a lawyer. I don't know why. I don't know what I've said to what had the person think that I was a lawyer, but I thought I would come out yesterday to actually tell you lots what I do. If you have not watched that video, please do. And I know that my background, I have the same background, but yesterday it was windy. So it was like blowing, and somebody said that it was a little bit distracting to them. And yeah, if you find that background, yes, this background yesterday, it was windy, it was moving. Some people think it was actually cool. And some people think that it was a little bit distracting. That I was doing an important discussion and I distracted them a little bit, but yeah. And yeah, so my next my next video coming up will be more about my profession, what you need, because as a nurse in UK, most people don't know about my profession, that you can actually branch out to do what I do. So I'm going to bring all that requirements, and the universities in UK that are offering the course to be in my profession. There's not a lot of us. We are so short-staffed in my area. Not a lot of us are trained to do occupational health. So I'll bring in more about that in my next videos, and then we'll take it from there. So I'll see you all in 2 weeks' time. Sorry, in YouTube, you are not. Sorry, in YouTube, you are not. What do you say, Musisi? I'm turning 3 years. Okay, 3 years in YouTube, yeah? Okay. That is slim. Thank God bless you, man. Anna, okay, Anna, you're still here. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I thought today, I normally, there was a time I did a live stream for almost 3 hours. I stood up the whole time dancing and singing. But today, after dancing and singing to start with, I thought I needed to sit down to be able to concentrate and talk about this relationship and the attitude we bring into it. Please let us do better. Yeah, let us try and do better and put God first, and you see how simple and how less stressful it will be. Once again, thank you, everyone. Because you know me, if you leave me, I'll start talking and going on and on. So I have to stop it here. We've been talking for 1 hour and 36 minutes now. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. By the grace of God, we'll find something else to talk about after our dancing and praising. We'll have something to talk about in 2 weeks' time by the grace of God. And I expect to see you all. Have a blessed, fresh week. And I'm sure I'll see you all in your new videos. Or Anna Abai, I probably connect with you on your morning devotions, as you normally do. Whenever I can, I'll log in to praise God with you to start my day. Thank you, everyone. Once again, Musisi, Nati Slim, 4 Hearts, Anna, and whoever else is in the background. I don't know who else is there, but whoever else is in the background I'm not seeing here. I really thank all of you for being here with me and for being part of this live stream. I do not take it for granted, because if you come on live and there's nobody, you cannot be speaking to yourself. For the fact that I come live and then see some of you come to connect with me, I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Have a blessed week, and I'm signing out now. God bless you all.